Welcome to my museum presentation. Today we are going to explore Resound, the Ancient Bells of China, from the Smithsonian National Museum of Asian Art. Bells were among the first metal objects created in China. Beginning over 3,500 years ago, small primitive noisemakers grew into gongs and further evolved into sets of handbells for playing melodies. Centuries of technological experimentation later resulted in sophisticated bells that produced two pitches when struck at different spots. Variations in size, shape, decoration, and sound also reveal regional differences across North and South China. By the late Bronze Age, large sets of tuned bells were played in ensemble performances in both areas. Cast from bronze, these durable instruments preserve valuable hints about the character of early Chinese music. Chinese regional courts competed with one another on the battlefield and on the music stage. Dozens of bronze swords could have been made with the metal used to cast this massive bow bell. Weighing 138 pounds, it is the largest in a set of 4 bells made to hang together from a rack. Musicians used mallets to strike bells on the outside. Accuracy was essential because each bell produces 2 different notes depending on where it is struck. 4 bells in this set could thus produce 8 deep bass notes. I chose this piece because I really liked the ornate decoration and the appearance of bird heads on the top. The design is very intricate. These dramatic bells had humble beginnings, small collar jingles made in North China. Each of these larger versions has a hanging loop at the top and might have had a clapper that is now missing. The Tao Tai marks in the main panel, however, lack the visual coherence seen on bells from the north, a hint that they were made elsewhere. In fact, such bells are typically found singly as opposed to sets in burials in South China, chiefly along the Yangtze River. I chose this bell because it's even more ornate than the first. The piece does not lack in any sort of fine detail. Compared to the standard sets of 4 large bow bells, these next 2 are rather small. Representing 2 different sets, all probably cast at the Homa foundry in the northern state of Jin, they were made to supply alto and soprano tonal ranges. During the Zhou period, various handheld clapperless bells, reminiscent of much earlier Shang handbells, were made in South China. 2 types were named by the inscriptions that also describe their use. Go Diao, capable of yielding 2 tones, were produced in graduated sets that were used musically in performances. Chung were made singly, but are customarily found together in tombs with a drum called a chunyu. These bronze Go Diao are nearly identical to sets found at sites within the ancient states of Wu and Yue in the lower reaches of the Yangtze River. Although the bells in this ancient set of 6 seem solid, their corroded metal is fragile, and they are rarely struck. In 1991, a team of specialists safely investigated the physical and acoustical properties of these bells. These findings contributed to a revised international understanding of ancient Chinese bells. Recordings made in 1991 of the 12 tones produced by the set have been digitally remastered and analyzed. Compositions are available on the website, and I recommend you take a listen to them. They combine sights with the sounds of the bells to create an experience in listening to an instrument that is over 2 millennia old. You can access them in the Soundscape link on the exhibit's website. Beyond listening to others' compositions, you can also play these bells yourself online. There are 2 links for 2 sets of bells. The Bianzhong bells allow you to strike the bells in various places where small circles are pictured over the photo. Here is a recording of me striking the bells in order. There is another section called Composer Interactive, where you can also strike Bianzhong bells in a similar fashion. This section also shows you on a piano keyboard which notes the bells are hitting, as well as showing the frequency as a graph. With museums still being closed, Seeing such comprehensive exhibits online really helps us explore art and antiquities, even if we can't get there to see them in person. Here is the website to check out this fantastic exhibit, which I will also leave in the discussion board for you to click on. Thank you for participating in my museum presentation.